Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Imagine the glittering lights of stardom suddenly dimming, replaced by the harsh flash of police cameras. Just hours after Gao Taiyu's shocking detention, another beloved star, Song Yiren, was urgently arrested in connection with Menglong's mysterious death. This isn't just a headline. It's a turning point that has shaken the entire entertainment industry to its core. At the heart of this extraordinary moment was a scene that felt less like reality and more like a perfectly crafted drama. The evening at the upscale restaurant had begun like any other, with guests enjoying fine dining, casual laughter, and the soft hum of conversation filling the air. Suddenly, without warning, the atmosphere shifted. Plain-clothed officers, moving with precision and purpose, closed in from every corner. Within seconds, the once vibrant restaurant was transformed into a stage of tension and silence. Patrons were guided out with firm but quiet instructions, their phones either confiscated or muted, ensuring that no image or word would escape the controlled environment. The familiar comfort of luxury dining was replaced by an unspoken sense of dread, as everyone realized something extraordinary was unfolding before their eyes. In the center of it all stood Song Yiren. Known for her grace on screen and her radiant charm, she now faced a moment that no script could ever have prepared her for. Witnesses recalled her expression as a mixture of disbelief and composure, a fragile balance between shock and calm. When the handcuffs clicked shut around her wrists, the sound resonated far louder than the whispers that followed. It was a sound that carried weight, a symbol that this was not speculation or rumor. It was real, undeniable, and irreversible. Her arrest came just hours after Gao Taiyu had been taken from his Beijing residence, creating an eerie parallel that only heightened the intensity of the moment. Two stars, both admired and adored by countless fans, now connected not by their art, but by a dark investigation into the mysterious death of Menglong. The contrast was impossible to ignore. These were individuals who had once lit up the screen, yet they now found themselves at the center of a tragedy that seemed to grow deeper with each passing hour. For those who witnessed the event, it was not simply an arrest. It was the collapse of an illusion, the abrupt tearing away of a glamorous facade to reveal a reality that was raw, unsettling, and profoundly human. The image of Song Yiren being escorted out of the restaurant under the watchful eyes of law enforcement will remain etched in memory, not only as a dramatic spectacle but as a reminder of how fragile fame can be, and how quickly the brightest lights can flicker into shadow. For the millions who followed Menglong's career, the unfolding events have become an emotional storm that is difficult to put into words. His death alone had left fans reeling, grappling with grief and disbelief at the sudden loss of someone who seemed destined for greatness. Yet the shock deepened when the arrests of Gao Taiyu and Song Yiren came to light, dragging two familiar faces into a narrative that had already been heavy with sorrow. For many, it felt like the collapse of a world they once trusted, as though the line between fiction and reality had blurred beyond recognition. The emotions are layered and conflicting. On one hand, there is the profound sadness for Menglong, a young man whose talent and warmth had connected him to audiences across nations. His absence leaves a void that no explanation can fill. On the other hand, there is disbelief, a struggle to reconcile the bright, beloved images of Gao Taiyu and Song Yiren with the darkness of suspicion that now surrounds them. Fans who once admired their artistry now find themselves questioning whether they ever truly knew the people behind the roles. This inner conflict has sparked fierce debate, with some clinging desperately to the belief in innocence while others, hardened by suspicion, demand accountability. Social media has become both an outlet and an echo chamber, amplifying the intensity of these feelings. Words of grief are mixed with accusations, theories, and desperate pleas for clarity. Every photograph, every gesture, every word from the past is scrutinized for hidden meaning, as though answers might be found in fragments that were once overlooked. Song Yiren's calm demeanor during her arrest has become a particular point of fascination. Some interpret it as the quiet dignity of someone wrongly accused, a sign that she refuses to let the world see her break. Others see it as the polished mask of someone who understands the power of perception, carefully holding composure to sway public opinion. What makes this moment so haunting is not only the tragedy of Menglong's death, but also the collapse of certainty. Fans who once felt secure in their admiration now stand in a place of doubt, their emotions swinging between sorrow, anger, and an aching need for the truth. The case has become more than an investigation into a single night. It has become a mirror reflecting the fragility of trust, the vulnerability of idols, and the unsettling reality that behind the glow of fame lies a human story filled with shadows and unanswered questions. What makes this chapter of the story particularly compelling is not only the arrests themselves, but the layers of strategy and secrecy that seem to surround them. The decision to detain Song Yiren was not an impulsive act, nor was it the product of mounting public pressure. According to insiders, authorities had been watching closely for some time, piecing together fragments of evidence that stretched across digital communications, discrete financial transactions, and subtle patterns of movement linking her to Menglong's final hours. The suddenness of the arrest was, in truth, the culmination of weeks of quiet observation and planning. This awareness adds a chilling dimension. What the public witnessed as a swift and shocking operation may have been the endpoint of a meticulous and deliberate effort to capture the truth without alerting those who might interfere. The delay before Song's arrest is especially telling. To some, it raised questions of hesitation or uncertainty, but for investigators, the pause was a matter of precision. They needed airtight evidence, coordination between multiple teams, and the assurance that both arrests, Song Yiren's and Gao Taiyu's, would unfold in close succession. By moving this way, they prevented leaks, reduced the risk of suspects warning each other, and controlled the narrative before speculation could derail the investigation. It was less about hesitation, and more about orchestrating a sequence that would have maximum clarity and impact. Beyond the mechanics of law enforcement, the wider consequences are now rippling outward. Entertainment companies, once confident in the power of star appeal, are suddenly questioning the fragility of their investments. Projects once set for release may now be shelved indefinitely. Endorsements tied to these stars are under review, as brands fear that public anger could tarnish their reputations. This is more than a case about individual guilt or innocence. It is a moment that could redefine the relationship between celebrities, their fans, and the industries that profit from their fame. At the same time, the public itself is changing. The sense of blind devotion that once shielded stars from scrutiny has cracked. Fans, though heartbroken, are beginning to demand transparency. They want answers not only from authorities but also from the very culture of entertainment that allowed myths of perfection to flourish. In this sense, Song Yiren's arrest is not merely a step in a criminal investigation. It is part of a larger reckoning, a shift in how society views the fragile boundary between admiration and accountability, between glamour and truth. The simultaneous arrests of Gao Taiyu and Song Yiren mark only the beginning of what promises to be one of the most dramatic investigations in modern entertainment history. Will their testimonies uncover the motives behind Menglong's tragic death? Or will this mystery deepen, pulling more names into its shadow? One thing is certain: the world is watching. Sparkles, thank you for joining us today on Update X24H. If you want to stay updated on every twist and turn of this gripping case, and many more stories shaking the entertainment world, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate your support, and we'll be here to bring you the updates that matter most. Stay tuned, stay curious, and until next time, take care.